Good day, Professor Agnes. I, Dmitro, and my colleagues Sugdeep, Joshua, and Denver, and we're here to introduce you our topic, economic leakages in Jamaica tourism. Jamaica is a Caribbean country and also an island full of rainforests, mountains, and reef-lined beaches. A big number of all-inclusive resorts are located there. And there are some of them like Black River, Port Antonio, Kingston, and one of the most biggest one is Montego Bay. Tourism is such enormous industry that 10% of gross domestic product consists of it. 1.8 billion international tourists will arrive to a different tourist destination by the year of 2030. There were also almost 1,235 million international arrivals in 2016. According to statistics in 2014, 1 in 11 jobs were tourism jobs. But after a couple of years, the year of 2016, it's increased to 1 in 10 jobs. So now my colleague Sugdeep will introduce you the topic of Jamaica tourism more closely.
Jamaican tourism. Arrivals from Caribbean territories to Jamaica increased in 2015. As you can see in this graph, in 2011, there were 1,952,000 arrivals to Jamaica. Welcome 62,612 passengers arrivals from this market. As you can see, in 2015, it increased rapidly to 2,123,000 passengers, which is 3,604 less arrivals than 66,216 arrivals. Caribbean nationals who visited Jamaica in 2011, but this 6.0% increase over the 59,057 visited in 2014. Jamaica is also famous for its cruises. They are Royal Caribbean and Carnival cruises. Royal Caribbean has 64,045% and Carnival cruise has 584,457. As you can see in 2015, it has also an increase on these numbers, and there are 3 more popular cruises in Jamaica, which is MSC Cruises, AIDA Cruises, and Disney Cruises. Now Joshua will talk about our main topic, economic leakages.
What are leakages? According to Lejarga and Walkenhorst, the definition of leakage is the portion that leaks into imports and pays foreign factors of production. The UNCTAD, however, defines leakages as a process whereby part of the foreign exchange earning generated by tourism, rather than reaching or remaining in tourist receiving countries, is either retained by the tourist generating countries or other foreign firms. So basically, what is leakage? Leakage basically means money escaping from the country. Leakages can occur by simply sitting at a restaurant and eating food over there, where 97% of raw materials are imported. As my friend Sugdeep was speaking about cruises, we noticed that most of the cruises that visit Jamaica are from the United States. Different types of leakages. There are 3 types of leakages, that is internal, external, and invisible. Internal leakage happens when goods are imported into the country. External leakage is when tourism occurs outside the country. And finally, invisible leakage is the loss that cannot be measured accurately. This is a graph where it shows tourism is on the 4th most, where the direct imports are more than 25% and the supplier imports are between 10 to 15%. By this graph we can understand that whatever products are there in Jamaica, most of them are imported, and this causes leakages. My friend Denver will explain you with the causes of the economic leakage.
Economic leakage is, as we heard, are extremely bad for any economy. So one of the main causes of economic leakages in Jamaica, a Caribbean country, is all-inclusive resorts. All-inclusive resorts mean that they include almost every amenity. If a person wants to have a spa, they have spa. A salon. Food and beverage, everything is inside the entire resort. So how does the leakage happen in the resort? To tell you the truth, whenever a person goes and spends money in a restaurant inside the resort, it's out of the country. A spa, it's same thing. The money is exported out of the country because the resort belongs to either a US based, a UK based or Chinese based company. Cruises, as my friend Sudeep said, is one of the most important things why people travel to Jamaica for. Cruises, people love to experience luxury. That is why they go for cruises. But as we have a lot of foreign cruises like Disney cruises in Jamaica, the money that is earned on the cruise while the guests and customers are on the cruise is exported out of the cruise, out of Jamaica and into whichever country the headquarters is. And then last but not least, the restaurants. The same principle as the resorts or the cruises. It's whenever a person goes to eat in any place in Jamaica, the money is exported out of the country because of the raw material that is imported into Jamaica. The last thing is just a suggestive approach to economic leakages is instead of highlighting the various imported things, instead of highlighting on the various imported resources, for tourism is to use local resources and to conduct tourism activities. Now what that means is that Jamaica, the government, the country, the people, they should conduct a lot more tourism activities on their local resources. They should have their own businessmen that make up the entire country. They make hotels, local hotels, restaurants, and various other organizations, so that the money that is earned in that hotel, in that restaurant, remains inside the country itself. Reason why they shouldn't import resources is to cut down on the economic leakages. I agree that even developed countries have economic leakages, not only in tourism and hospitality, but in various other industries, because there are some countries all over the world that produce some things that even the developed country cannot. Maybe, to take for instance, if I choose food, spices. India is very well known for many spices. So a lot of countries import spices from India. So that is an economic leakage even for a developed country. The reason also, another benefit for using local resources is the sustainability. Now what happens is that it cuts down on the air miles which is used for the importing of goods and resources. Thus when people use local resources, it cuts down on the air miles, thus cutting down on the pollution and cutting down on carbon footprints and improving the country as it is. Thank you.